All right, welcome back to the Hyperfast Agent Show. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about what we do to launch listings. This is an episode you want to watch if you are interested in selling your listings quicker. Stand by for the next episode of the Hyperfast Show. All right, welcome back to the show. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you have not left us a 5-star review before, and of course you think that we deserve one, I would greatly appreciate you leaving us a review on iTunes or leaving some comments on YouTube. Let us know what you think of the episode, what we can do to make it better. And, positive feedback, of course, is always appreciated. So thank you in advance for doing that. Now, launching listings. We are in many markets a new type of market compared to what many people experienced in 2020 and 21 and maybe even part of 2022. And, listings don't necessarily automatically fly off the market like they once did before. And so you're going to want to listen to this episode today. And even if they were, right, you still want to listen to this because it will, at the end of the day, it's going to get you homes sold quicker and faster in a more of a buyer's market, and I think certainly in a seller's market, it will help you get more people to bid up the price. And I think we're kind of moving from a market where we've seen a lot of prices getting bid up, and I'm not saying prices are falling, but in many markets things take longer to sell, inventory is creeping up, and these launch strategies are going to be even more important. All right, so step one, we don't start selling the listing when we put it in the MLS. That's actually the culmination of a lot of other work, a lot of other efforts going in. So when we get a seller interested in selling and listing agreement signed, the first thing that we do is we get it loaded into our off-market private exclusive platform at eXp Realty, which is ZenList. Right, this is the platform that all 85,000 plus agents at eXp can use, which makes it 3 times as many agents as the largest as the next largest single brokerage off-market platform. All right, because eXp is organized as one large brokerage, rather than multiple franchises, right? So we're 3 times bigger than the second largest brokerage, and have 85,000 plus agents plugged into our off-market platform, which is ZenList. So we're going to put it on there and see what exposure we can get to other eXp agents and people that have access to that off-market platform. We will also alert our buyers, right? We're going to go through our database, talk to our team, go through and filter any buyers that we think would be interested and send them info, that we've got a property coming soon in, XYZ neighborhood at, this price range. We're not always completely specific about it because we want them to respond and ask questions, right? So we get it out to buyers that could potentially be interested. While all this is going on, we are doing all of the listing prep work, helping the seller get contractors if they need, helping with staging. And by the way, with staging, even if they are living in an occupied house that, doesn't need furniture, we will still work with a stager to come in. They do a 1-hour walkthrough. And this is really important because if they have their favorite picture, their favorite furniture that the stager thinks would be better out of the house, it's better it comes from them, right? Someone who's a professional at that aspect, right? It's better it come from that person than us. So we use the stager to, come in and make occupied places look good as well. So in other words, we don't just use the stager when we need to bring furniture in to like a new build or a home someone's already moved out of. We use the stager to prep, homes that are occupied and lived in. Then after that is all done, of course, we're going to have the photos and the video tours, all that kind of stuff you do. And that is kind of leading into our launch. Now, sometimes, many times, I would say 20 to 25% of the time, depending on the market cycle and the listing, right? 20 to 25% of the time, we actually will sell our inventory off market because we've got a waiting list of buyers that have, been interested, or someone sees it in the off market. Or another thing I forgot to mention, I've got on my notes here actually, we will look for agents who've sold a lot in that neighborhood, even if they're not on our team in brokerage, and let them know. So, it's really easy to do in your MLS to pull who's, also an active or dominant agent in the area, and share it with them, bring it to their attention, and, you know, try to get buyers in there ahead of time, or at least build up the demand. Um, Now, what does the first week on the market look like? A lot of times, right after we list, we will do a broker's open. We don't always, we make them more of an event though, right? And a lot of times we don't even call them broker's open. What are examples of this? Well, in the past, we have done educational events. I like to do one or two or three things. One idea that we've done before, you bring in 5 agents from 5 different brokerages and you make a panel. And each of them are going to, answer questions that you ask, right? You position yourself as the moderator, and you pick a topic. It can be social media, listings, expired marketing. There's a whole gamut of things, right? Team building. And these agents are going to create valuable content. So you're going to have it videoed and, give them copy of it as well. And that will attract people. They, when you're promoting it, we just do typically on Eventbrite. You'll give them links. They will send it out. And now their brokerages are going to expose to these brokers opens. Their audiences are. And so now you have an event that, 5 different agents potentially help promote, and they got a lot of value out of it too, because you're positioning them as someone in the market that's an expert. Second idea, you can bring in a guest speaker, someone that can offer value that would draw people. And the third is you can make it more of an event, or you can kind of do a combination of some of these things. Like we're doing one coming up where, it's a really nice house, a luxury house, a great one that'll have many areas for lifestyle photos and headshots. So we're going to offer free lifestyle headshots or free lifestyle photos and headshots, right? So we make it an event. And we'll typically do this on a Wednesday or Thursday. A lot of times on the first day too, if the sellers are going to the trouble of getting it ready for the open, and you do the broker's event from, let's say, 12 to 2, you can just reset and do a wine and cheese kickoff open house from 4 to 6, 5 to 7, right? You're catching the happy hour. You're catching the motivated people that want to see it on the first day. And that alone, just doing what I described before, is just such an awesome way to launch new listings. Then, of course, we always like to do 2 open houses on the first weekend, Saturdays and Sundays, right? Now, for your opens, I've done podcasts before on that are just on open houses, and you're going to want to make sure you have plenty of directionals, plenty of posting on social media. Here's one that works great if you do it. Most of you will not do this. Most agents won't do it, but the ones that do are going to really thrive and prosper. You call the neighborhood. You can use a program like RedX or Vulcan 7. You call the closest 100, 200 homes and invite them to the open house. The script for this is simple. It's, hey, Mr. So-and-so, I know you live in XYZ neighborhood and probably love living there. I wanted to let you know we're listing your neighbor's house on 123 Main Street. We're going to have it open on Saturday and Sunday. I'd love for you to stop by. And by the way, do you know anyone, perhaps, like you, that you think would be a good fit for the neighborhood, right? After you ask them that, the next best thing is next step in this process is, thank you for that name. I'll be, or can you send it to them, right? Send them the details. By the way, I think there's going to be a lot of interest in this house. I expect it to sell quickly. I expect there to be some people that either because of timing or multiple offers, don't get this house, but still are interested in moving in the neighborhood. Who do you know that might be selling their home in the neighborhood in the next year. And then the third and final thing to ask on these calls is for their email. Like, hey, Mr. So-and-so, I send out periodic neighborhood updates. Would you like to be on my email list? What's your best email? And then you add them to your personal sphere of influence, SOI, database marketing plan. That will help you have better open houses. It'll also help you build your database and get you more business. And if you do all of these steps, you are positioning your sellers to have the best possible, quickest, fastest results. And don't forget to tell them that you're doing all of this, of course, which, for these open houses, brokers opens, you'll have to coordinate with them, but make sure you give them a lot of details, the week after, let them know how it goes, because, you want, it's not just enough to, unless the house sells very, very quickly, which this gives you the best shot at doing it, right? It's not enough just to do a ton of stuff, a ton of things for your sellers, but you have to show them and tell them what you're doing, right? Otherwise, they don't know. So make sure you're communicating all of the efforts you're putting in to getting their home sold quickly and giving them a fast listing launch. Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Hyperfast Show. I hope you guys get a ton of value out of this. By the way, if you want even more value from Carrie and myself and want to learn about partnering with us at eXp Realty and just learning about the different things that we do to help the agents who have joined us in, I think, almost 20 states now at eXp Realty, all you need to do is send me a text message. It's 703-638-4393. Again, that's 703-638-4393. I would love to just walk you through the coaching that we give the agents who join us at eXp, the support we give you in growing your business, building your teams, building your revenue share. And you get all of that in addition to all the amazing things about being at eXp, the low splits and fees, the low caps, the stock awards, the revenue share, the tech platform, the reload platform, the luxury platform. All right, you get so much. So if you want to learn more about partnering with us, I would be honored to have that conversation. Text me at 703-638-4393. Thanks for tuning in to this episode. I will see you next time.